Hello to you, my friends, my subscribers here at the Vaughn George YouTube channel. I want to make a quick video just to fire across some ideas I have and to announce some changes that are coming to the channel, positive changes which are going to make things better for you and better for me in the long term. As you know, I've been doing this for over 3 years, and I want to thank you if you've been here since the beginning, because if you weren't here, I wouldn't be either. So thank you very much, and know that I'm very grateful to you for being a subscriber. During my time as being a YouTuber, there have been lots of highs, lots of lows, and some of my frustration has often been growing the channel and reaching out with things like the Depeche Mode album review series being very well received. I still feel they haven't sort of reached out to the larger audience, and that has always frustrated me. But I've learned a lot about the YouTube algorithm and the way it works. And if you're a YouTuber, you will know that the YouTube algorithm is very, very complex. Now, I don't want to bore you about that. This video is not about the YouTube algorithm, but I need to just fill you in because this is quite important as to how how you find the content, etc. And so really what the YouTube algorithm does is it has many variables, metrics, and it takes on board and takes into account a lot of data. But one of the most important things to the YouTube algorithm is it looks at how long are people watching your videos? Are they engaging? If they watch it, do they click on it? Do they click off? How long do they watch it for? And do they engage? And that is why you often, or every YouTuber always says, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment, because it is that engagement that the algorithm is looking for. Now, let's say, for example, you are here because you like the Depeche Mode album review series. You came across my channel and you said, I like the Depeche Mode content, subscribe, and that's why you're here. Then let's say a few days later, you get a notification, Vaughn George has just released a new Depeche Mode video. That's why you're here, you're great, you're watching it, you're happy. And let's say a few days later, it says Vaughn George has uploaded a video on Erasure, let's say a song analysis, and you're like, okay, that's kind of in the same kettle of fish. I'm going to go and watch that. And a week later, it says Vaughn George has released a video on, let's say, Geek Talk, on his Geek Talk series about Depeche Mode keyboards. And you're like, oh, yeah, Depeche Mode keyboard sounds great. But then a few days later, it says Vaughn George has released a video, something along the lines of how to play chords, for beginner pianists. And you might go, okay, I'm not a musician, that doesn't interest me, I'm going to ignore that. And then a week later it goes, Vaughn has just uploaded a video on, retro films. And you're like, I'm not into retro films, I'm not going to watch that. So you get the picture. So what that has actually hurt my channel because, and it's not your fault, it's my fault, and I'll explain. What has actually happened now is the YouTube algorithm is basically, whenever Vaughn releases a video, it's sending it to you and going, hey, Vaughn has a new video. It then registers that you're a subscriber, you should be watching it. But let's say you choose not to watch it because it's a little bit off topic for why you signed up. That then hurts the channel. Now, this is not your fault, this is my fault. And this has been a very, very, very valuable learning lesson. So what it would pick up in a case like that is it would pick up that, this is a subscriber and not even his subscribers are watching this video. This video must suck, and it pushes it right down to the suggested list. So with that knowledge in mind, I have realized that by diversifying this channel slightly too much, I have probably hurt the, not hurt the branding, because, most of my stuff is generally, within the same ballpark. But I have found a way around that, and this is going to make it a lot easier for you and a lot easier for me, and that is to diversify things a little bit. And how we're doing that is I have set up another 2 YouTube channels. Now, before you scream in horror, is that a lot of work? No, it isn't actually. It takes a little bit more time on my part to sort of diversify things, but I think in the greater scheme of things and in the long term, it's actually going to work out to be much, much better. So how that works is we have this main channel here, which is just called Vaughn George. You will also find 2 more channels, which I will put links to in the description below here. The one channel is called Real Talk, or VG Real Talk, and the other one is called VG Academy. Now, VG Academy really is going to be focused on learning the piano, learning keyboards, a bit of music production, really aimed at sort of my students, and if you're sort of here to learn things, then I would ask you to subscribe to that channel as well. My other channel, which is called VG Real Talk, is basically reels, as in movie reels, and I want to talk on that, and I've actually got a few episodes which I'm going to upload to there now. On that series, it's Real Talk, so that's me talking about movies and TV shows. And indeed, people have often asked me, Vaughn, you should review TV shows and movies. We'd love to hear what you think about that. Now, that will be a very fun channel. We won't go into as much depth as things as what we do on the main channel here, because this channel is very, very detailed, and this will always be the core channel. But my other subsidiary channel, the VG Academy, is really there for you if you want to learn piano, or if you're just interested. And the other channel, the Real Talk, is really about movies, and I'm going to be talking about current stuff like the Breaking Bad series, which is not that current, I suppose, Ozark, the new Top Gun movie, and a lot of things like that. And this gives you, the user, a lot more control, because you can choose which one of these channels to subscribe to. So that just makes it fair on you. So when something pops up, it will be relevant to you. Now, here on the main channel, we will concentrate, of course, on piano keyboard artists. That means, interviews, song analysis, things like that, like the 90s series we're going into, continuing with the Depeche Mode album review series, which is Devotional, which we're starting to produce now. And bear in mind, the bulk of that will be going on to Patreon, but there will be stripped down versions of that here. But to summarize, here on the Vaughn George main channel here, you'll have the Geek Talk, and you'll have the sort of the main stuff that you signed up for in the first place. Anything which is sort of a little bit more educational will be VG Academy, and I do want to bring on the Real Talk, which will be great, where we can talk about movies and stuff. This just makes things a bit easier for me and everything, and by diversifying this into 3 different channels, you will not get bombarded, and you can hopefully, and it will make things easier for you and easier for me at the end of the day. So this does mean I've got 2 more channels to grow. So if you are a fan of my tuition, or you fancy the idea of me talking about movies, then look in the description below and you can click on those links and subscribe to those channels. So that's it really. I don't want to ramble on too much, but we have another 2 channels. You can find those in the description below. If you've got any questions or any feedback or any comments, please leave them in the description below. And we're almost at 25,000 subscribers and 3 million, and we're over 3 million views now. So thank you for being a part of this, and I will see you on the next video soon. Adios.